and just start to breathe. Just start to breathe. Let your stomach rise as you inhale. Let it fall as you exhale. And as you're lying here, just try and let it all go. Let the day go. Come on in. You all worked extra hard today. Last couple days, your body is, I'm sure, happy for all the motion and also a little sore. So as you're lying there and as you're breathing, just start to become aware of any tension anywhere. Start with your neck and your shoulders. And just notice if you can kind of breathe into it a little bit. Let everything relax and melt away. And bring that awareness down into your shoulders and your upper back, even into your mid-back. Just kind of breathe and let everything just relax. Come on in. Put that awareness down to your lower back now. And then into your legs, your thighs, and all the way down into your feet. Just kind of feel everything let go. And what I want you to do is I want you to straighten out both legs now. Bring your arms down by your sides. And I want you to raise your right arm up overhead till the back of your hand hits the ground and your left knee bends to 90 degrees. So bring your left knee up at the same time. Now drop them both down together and switch legs and arms. Left arm and right leg raise up. Yes, this is a brain teaser. All the way down. We're just going to get some motion here, going to get some movement. So right arm, left leg, then they come down, then left arm, right leg. Up together, all the way down, then the other side moves. Only one side moves at a time. Right arm, left leg, up, then down, and then left arm, right leg, up and down. 90 degrees at that knee, and then back down. We're going to warm you up a little bit again. Part of the cool down is actually got to be to warm up a little bit to get the blood flowing, to get those muscles, their oxygen-rich blood that clears out all the lactic acid and renews the muscles and the joints, the tissue surrounding. Just a couple more. And now go ahead and bend your knees again. Put your feet firmly on the ground. Interlace your hands together, palms together. Straighten out your arms straight up overhead in front of you. And bring your hands all the way back overhead towards the floor above you and then back in front of you, just back and forth. Palms together, fingers interlaced. And you're just going to move those shoulders up and back. We're going to get a little glide to the shoulder joint here. Shoulder joints, plural, actually. That right arm or that left arm, depending on which hand you use, has had a lot of work, and so we need to just kind of loosen it up again. Believe it or not, motion actually oils up the joint. Motion brings fluid, brings blood. This is also getting those shoulder blades to glide and move again, and that's getting your back muscles to also move and be balanced. For those of you who were here yesterday, you heard me say that our bodies can get a little bit imbalanced, right to left, front to back, on the tennis court, because it's a one-sided sport. But just a little bit of love goes a long way, and body responds very quickly to the right stimulus. And that's what we're going to do. Just a few more here. And now put your arms out to your sides. Bend your elbows so your elbows are straight out from your shoulders, fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. And then drop the back of your hands towards the ground. And to the extent that it's comfortable, you're going to keep your right elbow and your right hand, the back of your hand, on the ground. And you're going to slide that right hand straight up overhead, keeping the elbow and the hand down. And just hold that for a second. Only slide it as far as you comfortably can go, keeping it down. And then back down. And then switch arms. Left arm glides up and holds 2 seconds, and then back down. Just go as far as you can. Yeah, keep it bent if you can't get it all the way up. And just keep switching. You want to slide that arm straight up overhead. Straight up overhead. Gliding up, holding it. Back down, other arm. Good. We're going to stretch out the shoulder again a little bit. We're going to stretch out the side. This is putting a little pull all the way down your lat, which is the big muscle that attaches from your arm into your hip. This exercise will actually help your low back. Okay, now let's do both arms, but this time instead of straightening them out, you're going to keep them bent and slide them up overhead till they touch, till your fingers touch above you. If you can. Just do the best you can. You're just sliding up and then back down. Yeah. Just gentle motion. Don't overdo it. If it's uncomfortable, you just do what you can and keep it in the comfort zone. You always want to meet your body where it's at. Love it. No right or wrong or good or bad, just what you can do right now to get a little motion. Okay, relax your arms out to your sides now. And take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. And with your leg muscles, not your hand, push your right knee away from you. You might feel a little stretch on the outside of that hip. And don't worry if this is easy. It's about to get a little tougher, as you probably remember. And if it's difficult, then just breathe into it and just go to the range of motion that's comfortable, where you feel a comfortable stretch. Us tennis players can have tight hips at times. But one hip is almost always different than the other. This is true for the general population, but with tennis, it's even more accentuated at times. And go ahead with that left leg, lift that leg up in the air. Not with your hands, but with your leg muscles. Lift it up in the air, relax your shoulders. You'll notice that the stretch just increased in your hip, maybe in your glute. Can you do this?
Oh, that one.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, what's going on here? Just a few more seconds. Pull the knee back a little more if you can. And now relax. And let's switch legs. Left ankle over the right knee now. And push that left knee out away from you. As we did yesterday and as we'll do every day, we're going to systematically kind of address all the joints here, all the pieces and parts. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, spine. Because we want to address the tightness, the motion, the function of each one. We want to reset your body back to neutral. We want to rebalance your body so that not only you feel hopefully better afterwards, but you feel better tomorrow and you feel better on the court the next day. Okay, go ahead and lift that right leg up now into the air. Keep your arms relaxed. It's good. It's really good. I'm going to help you. Keep breathing. You okay? You can rest it. Yeah. and relax. Now get the soles of your feet together, let your knees drop out into that butterfly position, and just breathe. Inhale, let your stomach rise. Exhale, let it fall. You might feel a little stretch on the inside of your legs. You also notice your lower back comes up off the ground, and that's a good thing. Let it. Lower back is supposed to come up off the ground when you drop your knees out. And this is why this exercise isn't just a stretch, it's also to engage the muscles of the spine equally right to left. Again, restoring a little bit of balance. Just continue to breathe. Let's go a few more breaths here. And go ahead and close that up. And one more time, cross your right ankle over your left knee again. And this time, bring your arms out to your shoulder, straight out from your shoulders, palms down. So they're on the ground, straight out from your shoulders, palms down. You're going to drop your left leg all the way to your left and your right foot all the way to your left with it until both are on the ground. So the outside of your left leg should be on the ground with your knee bent and the bottom of your right foot. Yep. And then you're going to push that right knee out away from you. Okay? Try and use your leg muscles, not your hands. You can use your hand for a second, but generally you want your leg muscles. Keep breathing and push that leg out. Let's go the other way. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Just drop this way instead. There you go. And then push the knee out this way. Perfect. Good. Looking good. Just keep pushing that knee out that way. Excellent. And keep breathing. And as you take kind of deeper breaths, try and let that knee push out a little further as you go. I'm going to push this knee out as much as comfortable. There you go. Keep breathing. Only go as far as is comfortable. And then go ahead and roll out of that. Let's switch sides. So, left ankle over the right knee this time, and then you drop it down, everything down to your right, till everything hits the ground. And then you push that opposite leg away from you. You all are getting the hang of this one. And let me just tell you that this exercise, I'm going to repeat this, I said this yesterday, great exercise before you play as well as after. I do this exercise every time before I play. It just helps open up the hips, it helps balance everything out, gets the spine ready to rotate, gets the mid-back in play, kind of reconnects everything, and it gets those lateral hips ready to move side to side. Okay, go ahead and roll out of that. Put your feet on the ground, knees bent. And let's do a few pelvic tilts. So you're going to press your lower back flat into the ground. Then you're going to roll your hips forward until your lower back arches. But you keep your hips down on the ground the whole time. Just your lower back is going to come up and then flatten up and down. Your hips are moving back and forth. You want to go from one to the other. Getting a little symmetry here. I see a little cramping in the hammy back there. And we'll fix that in a sec. Okay, straighten out your legs and sit up. Legs straight out in front of you. And I want you to put your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards your heels. Best you can. Now, sit up as tall as you can. Tighten your thigh muscles by pushing your knees down. Flex your feet back. Now you're going to get a little stretch in the back of those legs. And if you want to stay here, you can. If you are comfortable, you can put your hands now up, palms up on your thighs. But if you want to stay where you are, your hands behind you and supporting you, that's okay too. Otherwise, thighs tight, feet pulled back, sit up as tall as you can. We're not going to stay here forever. Just want to lengthen out these hamstrings, especially for our friend whose hammies are cramping back there a little bit. Quads, I know. Double whammy. And now interlace your hands together, lock out your arms, pull straight up overhead. Only a 10-second hold here. We just want to engage these muscles of the shoulders, the spine, the hips. Right now your body is working together as an entire unit. Your spine muscles are responding. As I said, sometimes with cool down, you got to warm back up. Get the blood flowing. And go ahead and relax. Excellent. Come up on your knees. We're going to do a little lunge on one knee. So if you need another mat, or double up your mat if it's uncomfortable. And as you're on both knees, step forward with your left foot into a big lunge. Let your hips sink forward and down. Put both hands on your left leg and push your upper body back. Keep breathing. Relax your shoulders. You okay, my friend?
Yeah. It's like if one stretches and the other one like.
The other one goes.
Yeah.
Can you bend over like this? Yeah, just let your head drop. Hang out there for a sec. And let's switch legs. And as you step forward and you let your hips sink forward and down, try and feel that little stretch on the front of your thigh. But make sure you relax those shoulders. Make sure those shoulders are away from your ear. As you can tell, this is stretching the hip. It's restoring range of motion to the hip joints. It's reminding your hip joint that it's supposed to be a flexor and an extensor, meaning it goes front and back. We lose this motion often throughout our day with the leg going behind us. If we're not sprinting, if we're not playing tennis, if we're not cross-country skiing, if we're not walking with purpose. Come on up, man. And go ahead and relax. Let's go back on your hands and knees. And let's do some cat and cow. So you're going to round your back up towards the ceiling and try and initiate the motion with your hips. So your hips start the motion, the spine follows, round up. And as you come down, as your back sways, try and let your shoulder blades glide together as well. Let your shoulder blades kind of get into the mix here. So as your back rounds up towards the ceiling, push your shoulder blades away from you, and as you come back down, let them glide back. That will get your shoulder blades not only involved, but your upper back involved in the motion. So now we get more of your spine doing its job. Awesome. And now let's sit back into a child's pose. You can bring your arms straight up in front of you, or you can bring them by your sides, whatever's comfortable for you. Arms in front is good, but drop your head. Make sure you drop your chin towards your chest. Try and relax your head and neck as much as you can. And make sure you breathe. And as you breathe, try and breathe out into your rib cage, like the sides of your lower rib cage are expanding as you inhale. We want this diaphragm waking up, kicking in. This is a great exercise just to get the blood pumping through your knees and ankles, but also your hips. And then elongate those spinal muscles. Okay, shift your weight forward now, back on your hands and knees. And let's go up into a downward dog. So tuck your toes under and go up. And don't walk your hands back towards your feet at all. But what you do want to do, start with your knees slightly bent. Just bend your knees slightly and pull your chest towards your knees. And you'll notice you get a lot more motion with your knees bent out of your spine. And drop your head. Really pull your hips up and back with your knees bent. Pull your shoulders back. Pull your chest toward your knees. And now go up on your toes as high as you can go so your heels lift up. And with that same position of your back, straighten out your legs, but don't drop your heels. Keep your heels up. Keep your back position where it's at. Lock out your knees if you can. And now, also holding this back position, don't let your back round. Pull your chest towards your knees again. And now drop your heels gently towards the ground. You'll notice there's a bit of a stretch in your calves at this point. Let's just go a few breaths here. Only go as far as you comfortably can. As you can tell, this is lengthening out the whole back side of your body. And relax. And come on up. Go ahead and stand up. Last couple exercises, then we'll let you go to dinner. What I want you to do is I want you to pigeon toe your feet, toes together, heels out. Left hand on your left shoulder, right hand underneath. Pull it straight up overhead. Yeah, great. And let's switch arms. And relax. Interlace your hands together. Lock out your arms. Pull it straight up overhead. Last exercise. Look straight ahead. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Still pigeon-toed. And right now, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, ears are lined up and stacked. Your body's balanced right to left, front to back. And this is how we want to leave you. Trying to relax your stomach. Pull your hands back a little further. And relax. Great job. Done for the day.
Pigeon.